if you clicked on this video, somewhere inside of you, you are also ready for this next chapter of your life. Okay, so I have a question for you. When was the last time that you committed something? Like you said you were going to do something and you actually committed to doing it. Because I'm going to be honest with you and say that I have a really big fear of commitment and it keeps coming up in my life, and I feel like I'm at the point where I am ready to commit to something. Actually, I'm ready to commit to a few things, and in one of my previous videos, I talked about how I'm 31 without a solid career path, and I just feel like I'm ready to change things up. I'm ready to enter into a new chapter of my life and commit to something for at least a few years and see it through. And in this video, I'm talking about the 3 things that I'm committing in my life and how I'm planning to do that exactly, and also talk about my fear of commitment a little, right? Because I feel like I cannot be the only one out there who has a fear of commitment, and maybe by talking about it, you'll discover some things too, and also I'll discover some things about myself. So let's get started. Okay, so let's actually talk about the first thing that I'm committing to, which is YouTube. And just last week, I was like, what am I doing on YouTube? What are my videos about? What's the goal of me having YouTube? Because I don't really have like a niche yet. I guess I create a lot of like lifestyle content, and I also want to create advice and like storytelling type of content. I don't really have a general topic yet, and I don't really know if I want one necessarily. And I was just like kind of doubting myself, like, should I keep doing this? Is it worth it? Like, okay, Molly, when you said that you were going to do YouTube, it was supposed to be fun, and then when you started, you were like, okay, I'm going to give myself, actually I don't know how long I was going to give myself, but I did know that going into it, it was going to be more of a long-term thing, and I wasn't going to see results in the beginning. But even in the past few videos, I've had a few videos get up to like 1,000 views and a lot of watch hours, and I was like really surprised by some of the videos that people watched, like my decluttering and organizing my room video. I did not think that that would do well because there are so many videos out there on decluttering and organizing, and so I didn't think anyone would watch mine. And also for my I'm 31 without a career path, I did hope that that would do well, because I feel like that was one of the most, like, not saying that my other videos aren't genuine, but that was one of the most genuine and heartfelt videos that I've created in a long time that I'm really proud of. And I don't think it like reached people until the 3rd day or the 4th day. And so YouTube is really teaching me to be more patient with myself and the process, and like trusting myself and the process. So when I really think about it, I'm like, okay, you know what? Things are going pretty well so far. I'm really happy with how things are going. And so when I think about it from that perspective of like, okay, I'm learning to speak in front of the camera more. I'm learning to get over my fears. That's a really big one. Also, YouTube is helping me reach some of my other goals, like my health and wellness goal. In one of my videos, I walk 10,000 steps a day, and recently I started picking up walking again. I'm not walking down 10,000 steps a day this time, but I am walking at least 8,000 steps a day because I feel like it's more manageable. And also I watched a video about how you actually don't need 10,000 steps a day, but 8,000 steps is good enough. And so, YouTube has like helped me in other ways other than like actually showing up on video. So if you're doubting yourself or struggling with something, like maybe you've picked up running or like a new hobby and you're struggling in the beginning, what I would recommend is, number 1, giving yourself more time to actually collect data on whether you like something, whether it's working for you. And number 2, especially like change your perspective on how you see something, right? If maybe for running you're like, oh, this is too hard, it's so hot outside, maybe think about like things that you think about on your walk, or how it gives you time to listen to your favorite music or podcast, or like the things that you see while you walk. Maybe you've seen a squirrel, a bird, like whatever it is, right? Focus on how what you're doing has benefited you and how it can like continue to benefit you in the future. For example, for YouTube, I know that I'm going to do future YouTube videos about things that I like or that I want to do and enjoy. And also it's helping me, talk more, because I am a homebody and I don't like talk a lot. And so just by doing these videos, it's also helping me sharpen my mind. And also I feel like it's just helping me use my voice more and like speak my truth and say what I want to say, because I do feel like my throat chakra is, stuck or just like not flowing, right? And so by doing YouTube, it's helping me in that sense too. So I feel like, yeah, by doing YouTube, it's helping me in a lot of different areas. Okay, so the second thing that I'm committing to, and this is how I know I'm serious, because I'm like saying this on camera and I'm going to put it out there, and I am a little nervous, like just by saying this, I'm starting to sweat a little. But the second thing I'm committing to is moving somewhere and starting over on my own, which is really scary because I haven't lived on my own since, like, I haven't lived on my own in an apartment since like 2020, and that was like one of the best years of my life, hands down. And so I'm nervous, but I'm also really excited, but I just don't really know how that will look yet. And I feel like that is one of the things, right? Like when you commit to something, you don't know the full picture, and I'm learning to be okay with that. I feel like I'm learning to be okay with a lot of things. Yeah, I'm committing to starting over somewhere. This is a big deal to me because for the past years, I've been a nomad. I've jumped around here and there, and I tell my friends, I'm like, I actually find it easier to go somewhere internationally than to stay somewhere in the US for an extended period of time, because I feel like in the US, I need a car, I need car insurance, health insurance, like all of these different things. Whereas I feel like when I'm abroad, it's just so much easier. I don't need a car. I just either use public transportation, my legs, or I get the equivalent of an Uber if they don't have an Uber somewhere. Transportation is basically taken care of abroad, but in the US, I just feel like I need so much more, and my expenses go up as well. So with that, like going into the third thing of what I'm committing to like creating different revenue streams for myself and actually seeing them through. So for example, I am creating a Etsy shop, which I will be doing videos on later. So if you want to see what that's like, make sure to subscribe. I'm also committing to YouTube because I do want to do brand deals and partnerships and all of that. And I do see that happening. Like I have a few dream brands I want to work with. In that same sense, I'm committing to TikTok because I'm on TikTok a lot and I do buy a lot of things on TikTok Shop. And so I want to do those videos where I can do affiliate marketing because there's a lot of products that I buy that I really love. And the fourth thing that I'm committing to, I was actually talking to a friend about this earlier today, and she actually does YouTube as well, but I currently am a Pinterest and blogging manager. And I was telling her, I was like, I don't really know if I want to continue taking on more retainer clients because I don't know how long I want to be doing this for. But then I had this idea of like, oh wait, actually I can do Pinterest VIP days, Pinterest strategy calls, like Pinterest intensives, where I help or teach people how to do their own Pinterest, but I don't manage it for them every month. And so I was like, actually, you know what? That's a great idea. So I feel like the third thing that I'm committing to is not really like just expanding my streams of revenue, but expanding my mind and like committing to seeing the potential through or seeing things through. You know what it is? I am committing to not giving up. And I feel like that kind of just covers the whole thing of like, I am committing to not giving up. I'm committing to seeing things through, even if it's scary, even if it's hard, because I used to have an online business, or I guess I still like did have an online business throughout all of it, but I used to have a successful online business, and I think that I just got scared. I hit my upper limit like I talked about in one of my previous videos, and so it just like started going downhill because, I was like, what if I can't keep up with this? What if people see me fail? All of that. And so one of the other reasons why I want to do YouTube is like, I want to show myself that it's okay if a video flops. It's okay if, maybe a few videos flop. Like that does not define, number one, that does not define who I am as a person. And number two, that does not define like my overall success, right? Like I can have a couple of videos not do well, but overall still do really well. And so yeah, I hope that this video is making sense so far. And something else that came to mind is, you know what I'm really committing to? I'm committing to myself. I'm committing to my dreams. I'm committing to like what I want. So like my question for you is, when was the last time you committed to yourself? When was the last time you said, this is what I wanted, and you didn't give up in week 1, you didn't give up in week 2, you didn't give up like when things got hard, you didn't give up when someone doubted you, but you followed through on it. And I'm excited to just share this journey with you and also show myself that I can do hard things and I can follow things through. Okay, because I feel like I'm just really ready for this next chapter of my life, and I feel like if you clicked on this video, somewhere inside of you, you are also ready for this next chapter of your life. You are ready to commit to something. You are ready to follow through on something. You're ready to show yourself like what you're capable of. And I'm telling you, I know that you're capable of so much. You are like, you can do whatever it is that you want. And I'm not just here trying to spew out motivational things to you. Like when I think about my past, I'm like, okay, there was a time when I said I wanted to start running, and I ran some more. And this was like when I was not fit at all, and I ended up running a half marathon. And before the half marathon, I would wake up at 6 a.m. every day and just like go run miles and miles around my neighborhood. And then there was a time when I wanted to create a business, and I did. And you know, even though it wasn't like good for the first 2 years, I stuck with it and I like worked on my mindset. Then it allowed me to go travel, something else that I didn't think I would do. So when I look at my past, I'm like, you know what? There were multiple scenarios where I thought I couldn't do something, and then I proved to myself that I could because I stuck with it, because I stuck with the process. So if I stuck with all of those, why do I think that I'm not going to be successful if I don't stick to it this time? Like, what's changed? Okay, like a lot, but also in that same token, like I've grown a lot, I've learned a lot, and so I can take all of those life lessons and apply it to this time, you know, see where that takes me. And isn't that exciting? Like, don't you feel excited by that possibility? Because I do. So yeah, if you found this video helpful or motivating and you want to see more videos like this in the future where I talk about something that inspires me and hopefully inspires you as well, feel free to follow along. And with that, I'll see you next video. Okay, bye.